ما هو السر الذي يجعل حكام الإمارات من ضمن أفضل القادة في المنطقة وفي العالم؟
While researching for my next book, Leadership Dubai Style, I was told one of the most fascinating stories. This is loaded with great leadership insight from one of the, I guess you could say one of the patriarchs of Emirati history. So I was sitting down and I was talking to one of the leaders of Dubai and I said, tell me, what do you think the secret of leading in Dubai is? And he said, can I tell you a story? I love to hear a story. I said, sure. So here's the story that he went on to tell me. He said that every day after Fajr prayers, that Sheikh Rashid would jump in his truck and he would drive around Dubai. Small Dubai at that time, but every single morning following Fajr prayers, he would drive around Dubai. And he said, as he was driving around Dubai, he would basically just check on the progress of all of the projects, of everything that was going on inside Dubai. So one day he's driving around and he's checking on the projects, and he notices this building that it's kind of stalled out at the first floor. The building should have been developed far more than that at that stage, but it's stalled at the first floor. So as he's going by, he wonders about this. He goes back to his office, and as he gets to his office, he picks up the phone and he calls the owner of the building. And not like what I would have done, and probably a lot of other leaders, he doesn't call him up and say, what's wrong with you? Why isn't your building progressing? He actually literally just pauses for a moment, chats with him, chit-chats, how's your family, how's everything going, checks with his general view on things, and then he simply asks him a question. How's your building coming? How's it progressing? And the owner of the building turns to him and he says, Your Highness, it's doing quite well. We're up to the third floor. Now, I know what you're thinking right there. My goodness, he just lied to him. He's on the first floor and he said he's on the third floor. And our reaction, I'm sure, would not have been anything like this at all. His Highness says, oh, wow. Well, congratulations. This is fantastic news. You must have the best contractor in the world. And leaving the owner of the building puzzled on the other end of the phone, he says to him, he says, well, thank you, Your Highness, but why do you say that? Because when I drove by it this morning, it was only on the first floor. So what we can learn from this story is a key point. He was monitoring the progress. So after hearing this story, I asked the leader who told me this, I said, do you believe that Dubai would be what Dubai is today if it weren't for that type of monitoring? If Sheikh Rashid were not monitoring like that, or even the example that his son is following today and Sheikh Mohammed is going around and checking on the progress, do you believe that Dubai would be what it is today without that level of monitoring? And he said to me, absolutely not. And I would agree with that. I didn't have the fortunate privilege of living during that time period and seeing this firsthand, but I believe that one of the secrets of Dubai's success comes from a leadership lesson we can see, which is monitoring. Now guys, let's don't mistake monitoring with micromanaging or with micro-doing. What they're doing is they're monitoring, and there's a very particular type of monitoring here. It's not after the fact to tell somebody they did wrong. The monitoring is for success. It's proactive monitoring to make sure that we all succeed together.